truly feel like my spirit is finally happy, and I'm able to see a positive future rather than being stuck in the same negative loop cycle of my past, and so it truly does work.
When we started coaching, you really kind of didn't know who you were. And I would say your wounds and those negative thoughts that come with them are really ruling your life. Are things different now after 2 months of coaching?
Yes, completely different. So before my thought patterns were just so negative based and dark, and I it was like this endless rut I couldn't get out of. And then working with you, I'm able to be my true self and say positive messages to my spirit instead of diminishing my light for others' benefits.
Wow, that's really powerful, and I feel it from you. Like, you were just emanating. What a difference in 2 months.
Yeah.
Wow. So, you did say something today. You said something in our session. You're like, "This stuff actually works."
It does, yeah, and I rarely say that about things, but I truly feel like my spirit is finally happy, and I'm able to see a positive future rather than being stuck in the same negative loop cycle of my past, and so it truly does work. If you It works if you're willing to go and discover the darker side of yourself and know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. I know that sounds cheesy, but it's true.
Yeah. Would you say, like, we talk about me and Antoinette talk about your sacred self. Do you feel like your sacred self is leading your life more now?
Absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
And how does that feel?
It feels great. I wake up each day excited to see what the world has to offer rather than what just like I would always say to you, just get through this day. Just get through this day. Now, some days I don't want it to end because there's so many beautiful moments that I wasn't able to see before coaching with you.
Oh, that's so awesome. Let's also share too that you discovered that you're a sensitive, you're an empath. And that
Yes.
wasn't something that, you really understood before. And would you say you understand it better now? And are you living your life differently because you now know this about you?
Yes. I when you first started coaching me, you said sensitivity is a superpower, and I would cringe. I'm like, it's not a superpower. I've suffered so much in my life. I hate being an empath. And now I'm realizing it's a beautiful gift to have. And once you're able to set boundaries with other people and take care of yourself first and then freely give to others, the world just seems happier and lighter and freer than ever before. So yes,
So
100%.
you actually believe it now, right?
Believe it. Yes, I
She
do.
believes her sensitivity is a superpower, and
It,
you can too. You can too.
yep.
Yeah, awesome. Well, and you plan on keep going with coaching, right? Because you realize how good it is, and but she also, I know that I shared with her in the beginning. Typically, what happens is people need to come on a weekly basis and till they get into their groove. But now we're at every 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah, and
Already 2 months. We're already at every 2 weeks, and it'll just continue to kind of stretch out.
yep, yep, and each person's path is different, but yes, I definitely recommend once a week to start with because it gets you in that grounded place, and then she gives you amazing resources and tools, so when you're not with her, you can continue your work, on your own, which is cool too.
Yeah. And I want to mention too, you had a session with my amazing spiritual business partner, Antoinette,
Yeah,
and that was powerful too, wasn't it?
very powerful, and what I loved most about her too is, it was just such an open space. She used sound healing and, candles and just created this sacred space, so the healing just felt even more energized, and there wasn't, like, even with you, there's no, like, definite time limit, "Okay, my time's up." It's like, however long it's gonna process is how it's gonna take, and that's what I really love. It's not minute by minute. It's just you're allowing your spirit to work through you at that time and each other. And then at the end of the session, you feel like complete. You don't feel like there's something more that you need to get off your chest. It's like all that's needed to be said in that one session was said and done. And that's the really beautiful part about it.
Great. And then I just want to point out too, coaching usually has what I call homework or heart work.
Yes.
So you never leave a coaching session without knowing what you're working on that next week or until we meet again. How's that been?
Great. And it's not too much work either. There's some therapists that give you pages and pages of homework and you just don't get to it. She breaks it up into small tidbits. So it's nice to know that, okay, it's achievable goals, and but there's also something that your mind can work on for that week. And each week is different. So it's cool. It's not just robotic of like printouts and all that. It's like she tailors it to your specific needs, which is rare and nice to have.
Well, we do kind of let you decide, does this work for me this week? Does this make
Mhm.
sense this week?
Yes. And that's a key to it is too, because if it doesn't work for the client, they're not going to do it. So it's nice that you ask those questions.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, and we will definitely keep you anonymous because we honor you, we love you, and we want to honor your sacred self. Thank you so much, and there you have it.